Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, Libra Energy. Welcome in, Libra Energy. Thank you guys for being here. If you're new to the channel, welcome in, Libra. Alright, this will be general messages. Only take what resonates with you and leave the rest, okay? We will start off with the Declare and Decree deck. Alright, see what possible blockages need to be released. Libra Energy. Alright, so we have all people, places, and things that do not serve my highest good is now clear from my energy in spirit and in flesh. You write that down, Libra. Set your intentions to clear that energy and burn it. Okay? Burn and release. That's what this is. All internal fear of my divine power is now destroyed from my energy in spirit and in flesh. You would write that down, Libra, and you would burn it. Okay? It's a matter of burning and releasing. Releasing things, people, situations, places, whatever that doesn't serve you, right? And fear of your divine power, okay? If you have any internal fears about your divine power, you need to release those fears, all right? Past, present, future energy. What do we have for Libra? Alright guys, I do appreciate you for tuning in. If you were drawn in by the title, there may be messages here for you. Alright, however, do not try to make messages fit. If it doesn't make sense, it's not for you at this time. And that's perfectly okay. Alright? Libra Energy. I do appreciate you guys' support, and I also appreciate your patience. Alright? Let's see, Libra Energy. Libra. Somebody's created some boundaries. Libra, you creating boundaries out here? Got you some boundaries? Got some folks feeling offended because you're standing up for yourself or speaking up for yourself. What you got going, Libra? Let's see. Libra Energy. We have the Strength card, the Wheel of Fortune, Three of Cups, and the Emperor. You have the World card, Nine of Wands, Death, and the Two of Swords. I can tell you right now, cycle complete. This cycle is over. Alright? Whole new cycle, Libra, whole new cycle. And there's a decision that needs to be made. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Cups. Alright, Libra? So you have the World card and the Strength here. Alright? So it's like having strength to persevere, having strength to move forward, having strength for some of you. You ended up starting over in life. Somebody here may have had to uproot their life and start over, okay? I feel like you've learned a lot of lessons over the years. You've learned a lot of lessons over past relationships, situationships, okay? I feel like you've learned a lot of lessons, life's experiences, and you're very determined. I feel like you're determined to keep pushing. You're determined to keep it moving, right? You're determined to have a good life. You're determined to have real, true love, authentic love in your life, right? A lot of determination. But also, I feel like you're very guarded still because whatever you've had to heal from, or, you know, energies that you had to overcome, it left a mark on you, Libra, okay? May have left you scarred in many ways, dealing with situations and people and different relationships and things like that, okay? But I feel like you're definitely yet pushing. You're pushing, never giving up, pushing, persevering, making it happen, having that stamina, having that willpower to move forward. Definitely you put something to an end. You probably put something to an end concerning the third party situation. Okay. The Death card is here. Three of Cups, You putting an end to a third party situation, more than likely, or a third party situation may have caused a lot of change, a lot of transformation within you. Whatever you've come to learn that you may have been placed in a third party situation dealing with a person here. Okay, you could have very well been placed in a third party situation, and you may have definitely ended that third party energy. Okay, but there's transformation. There's a lot of change here. I feel like somebody's either starting over, or you've already started over, like a whole restart, uprooting of life. Okay, we're gonna see here. We have the Four of Swords, Eight of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, King of Cups. You have the Sun card here, Seven of Pentacles, the Hangman, and the Lovers. So you made a lot of sacrifices in your relationships as well. You made a lot of sacrifices. You may have really focused and worked a lot to overcome financially in a situation. You may have found out about, a lover who could have definitely caused this Three of Cups energy, someone who may have placed you in a third party situation. It's something you may have waited to see. Something may have been delayed where you didn't make a move quickly. You didn't end things quickly. You made sure that you knew what you were doing far as the decisions you were making to, I feel like, remove yourself from a third party situation. That's how I feel. You waited to see the best approach to take, or you just had a mindset change. Like your mindset flipped. Okay? Hangman, delays, seeing things from a different perspective, seeing that things need to end, not overlooking this third party energy, but working on yourself to where you're pulling yourself up out of that energy. And you're ending things concerning a third party. Okay? Yeah, there's a lot of, I pick up an energy of sacrificing, right? Where you may have had to put your career on hold. You may have even put your feelings on the back burner at some point. You may have, decided not to go for what it was you truly wanted in life at one point, and maybe you decided to let your partner, you may have decided to support your partner in their career, in what they wanted to do, how they wanted to do things, and you allowed it to be their way, right? Until you may have seen that what they were doing was taking advantage, and you were probably overworking, putting out more than you were actually receiving back, right? Pouring more into the situation than what was being poured into you, and yet being placed in the third party. I feel like there was a lot of healing that took place in the past with the Four of Swords, but there's also something that you laid to rest. And I feel like there was a lot of success. You could have been traveling. You could have been traveling for work. You could have moved for a job. You could have made a move cross state, cross city, to go for a different type of career. You could have also put your career on hold because whoever you were dealing with in relationship or whatever, you may have put them before yourself, because that's the energy of Libra. Libra likes to make sure everybody else is good and taken care of, but what about you, right? And this may be something to where you may have learned lessons about overly investing in people, overly investing in lovers, and investing in relationships to where you didn't receive equal give and take, because the Six of Pentacles is equal give and take, right? And then you have the Seven of Pentacles. So see, you may have been the one doing all the pouring in and investing in a situation or a relationship, and not realizing who you were investing in and who you were pouring into. They were pouring into others instead of pouring back into you. So they were watering everybody else's grass instead of watering grass where you were. Okay? And I feel like it's a hard lesson to learn, Libra, but I feel like a lot of Libras have to learn, don't put yourself on the back burner. Don't put your heart aside and, love on everybody else's heart and nurture everybody else's heart, and then your heart goes lacking, right? That's what we're not doing anymore. So some of you may have actually uprooted your life and moved for work, career, moved residence and stuff like that, okay? I feel like you've basically closed the cycle out, though, when it comes to feeling stuck, when it comes to feeling, I was about to say rejection, and when it comes to, rejection is like the Four of Cups energy. So when it comes to feeling stuck, when it comes to feeling mentally trapped or overanalyzing mentally, I feel like that's an energy that you've also laid to rest, okay? And whatever lessons that was learned, which I feel there may have been many, because of your heart space, Libra, you allow yourself to overgive. You overdo it when it comes to others. And when I say overdo it, I mean you overpour into others and nobody's pouring back into you, okay? And this is something you're learning and you're seeing it from a different perspective, that I don't want to do that anymore. That's why it's like you're exiting or you're bowing out or you're dismissing yourself from this third party energy and you're focusing on work, okay? But this is also bringing transformation. So you may have to make a decision about a lover. You may have to choose between two people, a water sign and a fire sign. That's possible here, okay? We do have the Hierophant coming out, the Two of Wands coming out, Ace of Pentacles, King of Wands, Three of Pentacles, the Chariot, Ten of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. You see what I'm saying? You're definitely having to create boundaries with people. Stand your ground. Stand up for yourself. And people are going to be offended by this because they're not used to you doing that. But oh well, they're just going to have to get used to it because things are changing. Death card. Death card brings, after the death card comes, it brings death to situations where you're putting these situations to an end, right? You're stopping things. You're putting things at a halt, right? So you're also causing an ego death in a few people. People who thought they could have their way with you. People who thought they could run all over you. People who thought they could step on you and use you to their benefit, right? You may be at a crossroads. There may be a lot of conflict about the direction you're choosing to take as well. Because in the past, I see here with Three of Pentacles, is that within the world, you may have seen it as a success to work with someone in a marriage, okay? And you may have saw it being successful visually, like you may have visualized it in your mind, seeing it being successful, but that may not have been how it turned out because you overgave. And you didn't do it on purpose. It's just, that's Libra energy, to give and to make sure everybody else is fine and to make sure everybody else is fed and to make sure everybody has a place to lay their head and everybody is gotten what they need. And then Libra, who's making sure you got what you need, who's giving to you, who's pouring back into you, right? So now you've created these boundaries with lovers, soulmates, so-called friends, family, co-workers. It doesn't matter who it is. You've created boundaries, something that was very unexpected. Okay? And so by you choosing another path, and I feel like you freed yourself up in order to take this other path with the Two of Wands, there's going to be conflict with people who don't want to see you go off into this path. Okay? And we talking people with big egos, right? Who are a little selfish, right? They could even be authority figures or people who feel like they are in authority or whatever. But there's conflict about you choosing a different direction. It's like conflict about you choosing yourself. How about that? Okay? You could very well be coming from a marriage. You could be in a separation from a marriage. Okay? Because to me, this is having the strength to heal from a commitment. Strength to heal from a commitment. Okay? Self-love, self-worth, right? Self-confidence, self-security, feeling grounded, feeling whole and complete within yourself. This is where you are now. Because you've learned to create boundaries, healthy boundaries. You've learned to put people in their place. You've learned to speak up for yourself, not let people run over you like you're a doormat, okay? Because that's not who you are, all right? Putting an end to this Ten of Swords energy and going right into this Ace of Pentacles. Financial gain, prosperity. Some of you, it's business, okay, for yourself. But you have caused an ego death. We have the Emperor, King of Cups, and the King of Wands. Now, you could be dealing with multiple people here that have suffered ego deaths by your hand. And that's because you decided to create boundaries and not let people emotionally abuse you, emotionally manipulate you, control you, play games with you. This is what you're putting an end to. And this could very well be 3 different energies, 3 different people. That's a possibility here, okay? And you may have to decide on letting people go, including a lover. It could be an actual lover with the lovers here. It could be an actual lover, which is this Emperor here, who embodies a King of Cups energy as well as a King of Wands energy, okay? Somebody who is very controlling and in their ego, all right? But even though they're very controlling and in their ego, they know how to play on your emotions as well and present this King of Cups energy to you like they are for you, okay? When really they are not. They're kind of selfish and self-centered, okay? Ego. This is what you're dealing with. Ego. And I feel like this is what you're putting an end to. That's what that death card is about. You're killing people's ego without even trying. But it's time for you to do this because it's time for Libra to stand up for themselves. It's time for Libra not to be so nice to where people are taking you for granted and walking all over you and thinking it's okay to put you in third-party situations, thinking it's okay to use you, hurt you, talk to you any kind of way, okay? Yeah, you may have taken a leap of faith, and that's why I say in a whole nother direction. The Fool card is here, and it could have even been considered a risk. You may have had to risk a few things, okay? You may have had to juggle some things, who knows? But at the same time, that was a decision you were making. You were at a crossroads, and I feel like you took a risk or you took a leap of faith, and you went for it. That's how I feel. You freed yourself with the Eight of Swords. That's the truth. You freed yourself, and you went in a whole nother direction. Okay, that's what opens up opportunities. Ace of Pentacles, right? That's what opens up those opportunities. That's where that confidence comes from. That's where that grounding comes from. That's where decision making, when you make a logical decision or a head over heart decision. Okay? Yeah, Queen of Swords. Cutting things out. Cutting people out. You letting them have it. You letting them have it. Yeah, because you're not going to deal with this kind of energy. You're not going to let people put you in this kind of energy anymore. Sleepless nights, anxiety, worry, unsure, uncertain, insecure, not confident, not knowing. Don't know what's going to happen today, or don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? You could have been dealing with multiple lovers, and you may have decided to cut them off. It could have been more than one. It could have been, like I say, this could have very well been a marriage to where you dealt with one person who is this emperor, but this person holds different energies as well. This is somebody who's very manipulative or controlling, but they hold a lot of different energies. This person could have split personalities as well. Okay? And this is what you're putting an end to. It could be one person that's giving you all this grief. Very much so. But you could also be dealing with other energies too. You know, with other people not respecting your boundaries or taking you for granted or not taking you serious, right? And that's where the lessons come in at. Put yourself first. Love thyself first, right? And I feel like that's exactly what you've been doing. You already started that with the Four of Swords, healing, having the strength to heal. Okay, healing yourself, picking up those pieces, closing, having the confidence to close out a toxic cycle or a repetitive cycle, and choosing, not standing still at that crossroad, but actually choosing to take a leap of faith and head in one direction or the other. Okay? Yeah, there you go, Libra, and there you go, Libra. Nine of Pentacles, baby. That's you. That's my Libra. That's you. That's you sitting pretty. I told you it's going to be conflict, baby. They're not going to like the decisions you're making, but there ain't nothing they can do about it. See, you done gave all you can give. You done poured into others, and nobody's pouring into you. But see, when you meet someone who's going to pour into you, and I feel like it starts with self first, that's what will help you to release and see everybody that don't have your best interests at heart. People that really don't want to, that don't really cut for you like you thought. Even if you was in a relationship with them, you could be in a relationship with a person. That don't mean they got your back. They could be relying on you and codependent on you, waiting on you to do everything. And you in a full relationship or a full marriage. That don't mean that that person has your back. Okay? And this is a lesson also, I believe, Libra, that you may have had to learn. Yeah, you're alchemizing energy. You're manifesting and you know what I'm saying? You have all the tools you need to manifest what it is you want. You have all the tools you need to go in a direction that's best for you. You know, to have the life you want. You have all the tools you need. People need to have more respect for you. And especially in relationships, especially in love relationships, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, husband, fiance, doesn't matter. People need to learn to respect you more. But see, you're learning self-respect. When a person puts you in a third-party energy and you let that happen, that's not having self-respect for yourself. But when you end it with that death card, when you end it and you turn away from it and then you create them boundaries, you letting them know, I'm not standing for it. I'm not going for that. You will not put me in a third party situation. I will not accept that. And you manifest your way right on up out of it. Yeah, there you go, baby. Walking away. Walking away, walking away, walking away now. Walking away, walking away, walking away now. And then you're taking action. You see what I'm saying? You took action to create them boundaries. Took action. Sweet. I love it. 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 I love it for you, Libra. Nobody can pull the wool over your head. Nobody can come in with their inauthentic ways and, you know, just say what they think you want to hear. All that is over. Nobody can come in and juggle you. All that is over. You're not allowing any of that. Any of it. Someone is definitely going through an ego death right now. Straight up. Straight up. Yeah, Three of Wands is here, Libra, along with the Sun card again. Third eye chakra. That third eye is open, baby. Five of Pentacles. You have, I say Five of Pentacles. This is Five of Cups. So you have people who are definitely in regret. You have people who are definitely feeling an emotional loss when it comes to you because they can no longer have their way with you, right? I said Five of Pentacles. So if anybody wanted to make you feel left out in the cold, that is the energy that they will now experience. Okay? If anybody wanted to make you feel like you wasn't good enough, that is an energy that they will now experience. Okay? If they made you feel like you didn't have enough, that's an energy they will now experience. That Five of Pentacles energy. Yeah, be careful of temptations. A lot of toxic energies that you may have had to heal from, come away from, that you were dealing with when it came to someone who was in their ego. Okay? Could have been dealing with a Capricorn. Double energy. Capricorn. Alright? Yeah, that's number 15. So it's like it was devil energy, may have been tempting, may have been very chaotic, very toxic, but at the same time, you found balance and harmony within yourself to detach from this energy. I feel like you detached, and that's something that that person may not have expected you to do. If you were dealing with a Capricorn, they may have had fire in their chart, right? Who's a manipulator or whatnot. Okay, this is a person who, you know, they will cause you to be very unstable within yourself, mentally, emotionally. Okay, so if you were dealing with that, I feel like you've detached from that energy. And you've walked away, baby. You walked away. It's a done deal. And you know you needed to. Bottom of the deck is the Six of Cups. So basically, this is someone that you may have had a soul contract with, right? That you were in a commitment with for a very long term, very long time. It's a long-term commitment. A lot of past energy, right? Soulmate energy. Okay, is what I'm picking up. So this person could be a past life soulmate that you had to detach from. Okay, you had to detach and walk away from this person. This person had a very big ego. I'm hearing that Beyonce got a big ego, such a big ego. Okay, but the thing that you're coming into, Libra, is an energy of receiving, right? Connecting with like-minded people, okay? And also, you could be drawing someone to you by you being in that energy of the Lovers and the Nine of Pentacles. You could very well be drawing someone to you, okay? That could be a potential soulmate. And someone definitely wants to communicate with you, or there is fast movement happening for you in time to come. There is an energy of equal give and take. See, this is the energy that's building up for you. Okay? And I want to say this is a part of your justice, even though justice is not out here. You are Libra, you are justice. Okay? Libra. Yeah, so, man, I hope this gave you some clarity. Yeah, Queen of Wands, you taking action and you're not playing. This is the go-getter energy here. You are not playing. You took action, and I feel like you took action to take a leap of faith on yourself. Like you trust yourself more. We know you love yourself, but you also had to create the boundaries with people. Even if it was a lover, even if it was in a marriage, a husband or wife, take it how it resonates. But you created those necessary boundaries and you moved on. I feel like you moved forward quickly. Quickly. You just start cutting things out left and right. With that Queen of Swords energy, you took that sword and you just start cutting things out left and right. People, situations, places. that no longer serve. Things that it's like you just opened up and you just realized what it was you needed to do, the action you needed to take with that hangman energy. That's an energy of waiting. That's an energy of contemplating, of planning. What is the next step? What's the best way I can do this? What's the best approach? Let me see this differently. This is not working. That is not working. How can I change this? Hangman. And the first thing you wanted to do was walk away from things and people that no longer serve you. That's exactly what the Declare and Decree deck is about. That's exactly what this is. All people, places, and things that do not serve my highest good is now cleared from my energy in spirit and in flesh. It all comes together. It all connects. So Libra, go ahead and take that Libra faith. Choose that different path, Two of Wands. I feel like you already have, and people, I feel like you're going to shock some folks about your decision, because you definitely got somebody in their ego, and I believe that you're causing this person to have an ego death, and it's because you walked away and created boundaries, and they didn't expect you to do this. So Libra, keep moving forward. I'm wishing you the best. Most High Mother and Father got your back, the spiritual team. I just feel like you've earned so much because you've been through so much. Nine of Wands. You've been through so many lessons, and now it's time to take those lessons, and those lessons are to help you build a better future. And that's where you are right here. That's where you are. This is you, sitting pretty, being very self-sufficient, very self-secure, and very abundant in where you are and what you have and who you are. Libra energy. I hope someone said it could help you move forward, Libra. I hope that it gave you clarity as well. And keep moving forward. Sending you lots of love, lots of light, okay, in its highest form, because I really want to see you accomplish your goals. I really want to see you. I love this energy for you. I do. I love this energy for you, and it's because you deserve it. All right, Libra. Until next time, take care.